Israelite Destiny of America. This is one of the most important books written. This is a good book, an interesting book, and it is worth acquiring. We are now very briefly going to discuss this book. I am Yair David. I'm speaking to you from Jerusalem, the capital of Israel. And I represent Brit Am Hebrew Nations, an organisation that believes and approves that the Lost Ten Tribes now are amongst Western peoples. That is where the Lost Ten Tribes are. Originally there were 12 Israelite tribes. They split into two different sections. The northern section was taken into exile by the Assyrians, lost consciousness of their identity, and were lost to history. More lost to themselves more than anything else. They lost awareness of their ancestry. But this was all part of a divine plan. There was a purpose for this. They migrated to the west and they became part of Western nations. The major portion of the Lost Ten Tribes today is now to be found in the USA. The USA has a purpose. The USA has a purpose, an Israelite purpose. Israelite purpose of the USA is given in the Bible. It's written in the Bible, and this is what this book Joseph is all about. This is what this book Joseph comes to describe and tell you. The USA has something as a role to play. The USA fulfills the blessings in the Bible. And these blessings given in the Bible to the children of Israel were epitomized, are to be found in the quintessential form amongst the USA and the citizens and the role it has played in history. Ephraim, the tribe of Ephraim dominates Britain. Manasseh, tribe of Manasseh dominates the USA. But numerically, quantitatively, it may be that there are just as many descendants of Ephraim in the USA as there are in Britain. But nevertheless, the national consciousness of the USA pertains more to Manasseh, as we describe. And the meaning of the word Manasseh in Hebrew, Manasseh is a responsible representation. And this is a fundamental aspect of the American national character, responsible representation, no taxation without representation. And this is what the USA is, and this is how the USA came into being over this principle. And not only the Bible, but also rabbinical tradition from a very early date, based on biblical sources and ancient traditions, describes the tribes of Joseph in the end times, and these descriptions only fit Britain and America and the USA. And also we have an historical, sociological analysis of people who migrated from Germany and from other portions of Europe to the USA, and we show that these peoples who migrated to the USA were different from those who stayed behind, and that they were in effect remnants or portions of the tribes of Judah, the tribes of Joseph, the tribes of Joseph who had remained in Europe when the rest of them had crossed the ocean to the British Isles. Some of them remained in northern Germany until the 1700s, 1800s, when they migrated to America and Australia. And those who migrated were different from those who stayed behind. Those who migrated pertained to the tribes of Israel. They pertained to the tribe of Manasseh. We also show how the prophet Isaiah foretold that the British Empire representing Ephraim, that the British Empire would rule over India and over Egypt. It would also possess the Suez Canal, according to the Bible. And Isaiah also predicted that Africans would be brought in chains to North America. We're not saying this is right or wrong. This is what historically was destined to happen and did happen. And it is another proof that the USA pertains to Israel and pertains to the forces of Joseph. Also, in a Jewish tradition and rabbinical tradition, also based on the Bible, we have the figures of two separate messiahs, the Messiah son of David in the future, and also the Messiah son of Joseph in the future. And the Messiah son of Joseph represents the 10 tribes. He will head the 10 tribes. He represents the 10 tribes, aspects of the task he will play, and what characteristics he will have. Prove that the USA is part of the tribes of Israel. The tribes of Israel will be represented through the USA, and Joseph, and through Joseph finds his expression through the USA in our time. So this is what this book says. It tells us the Israelite Destiny of America, Joseph. And the USA quotes from its sources, gives the sources, explains them, and proves its case. That the tribes of Israel, lost in tribes of Israel amongst Western nations. A good portion of them today are amongst the citizens of the USA and have a role to play, a task to play, a biblically responsible task, role that was predicted by Scripture. And they should know about it. This is what this book of Joseph comes to tell you what that task is and to bring proof of it. Thank you. May God bless all of you.